Wanting financial freedom is keeping you poor. Wanting to have the ability to not even have to think about glancing at the price on a price tag or going off and buying whatever you want is going to keep you broke. You constantly thinking about that is what results in you not making any money. You're missing out on living the life of your dreams because of the fact you keep focusing on trying to be rich. Because focusing on that state of happiness results in you not focusing on the actions that need to be done to get to that point. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna teach you how you can just focus on getting done what you need to get done instead of constantly worrying about the outcome that you get and comparing yours to others. Because you wanting that financial freedom that you see others have is what is keeping you in this poor state. So a few months ago, I scaled my business to $16,000 after signing a couple clients. Then the month following, I made a lot less. And I was trying to figure out why. I was like, why am I making less money? Then I focused on making the money, then I made even less money, and it was very chaotic and almost mentally destructive. But the reason why I made less is because I wanted to make more, which that seems very paradoxical. Right, but the true reason is because I was putting my mental energy towards focusing on the outcome that I wanted and instead of the actions that actually would get me there. I was in school when I first hit $3,000 a month nearly a year ago. And that was because I just focused on getting work done because I wanted to do it. However, if I had focused on me not having that outcome and me wanting to be in that happiness state, so me being deprived of that, within that desperation would have caused a lack of focus. A lack of focus on the actions that need to be done because of the fact I wasn't inspired to do them. I guarantee I would have made way more money, even within the months that I scaled high, if I just had focused on rigorous action and improvement. This is because if my mental energy was going towards actually doing the actions and that's it, and that was out of inspiration rather than desperation, then what I would have been able to do is do more of them. If you put more time and energy towards the outcome rather than the actions which results in that outcome, then you're not going to make nearly as much progress. So understand that it takes mental energy and time just thinking about money itself. Instead, what you want to do as an entrepreneur, especially after you've really gotten into the game of entrepreneurship online, is focus on just doing the actions that are necessary in order to get the money. The reason for this is because it genuinely does take mental energy to focus on the money instead of the actions which result in you making that money. And if you continue to focus on the outcome that you want, living that crazy lifestyle, I mean, that's great. It's great that you have ambition and a vision. But if you only focus on that, then you're going to focus on that with other people as well. And instead of learning from them, you're going to be jealous or envious towards these people because you're going to compare your outcome, the current one you're living, to theirs. And I've often done that before. Like sometimes I'll pull up on YouTube or this website called School, which has like communities on it and stuff. I'll pull that up and I'll maybe compare my results, the numbers I had, or whatever, right? I'll compare these things to other people. The issue with that, to reiterate, is because I'm focusing my mental and even my physical energy at that point to an outcome that is not even mine, and it's an outcome which really goes against what I'm trying to instill into you. So to make sure I didn't do that and to make sure that I actually made more money, I'm constantly, consciously making an effort to think about the actions that I'm supposed to do. Instead of worrying about, the outcome that I'm gonna get to and this other stuff, I'm just focusing on, okay, I'm at step 7 okay, what do I do for step 7? How do I complete this step so I can go to step 8? I'm not thinking about running from a step 150 to a step 174. This is because I'm focusing on doing the action that I can do right now to get me closer to the end goal. Because I have a desire to succeed, and this is something that you need to have as well. However, you also have to have a desire to get the work done, because if the goal is just doing the work, then you're going to get way farther than somebody who dreads each work block they have in their schedule. So wanting to make money so you can have money to spend on whatever you want, not have to look at the price tag and retire your parents is not good enough. You have to create that burning desire to do the work and continuously be inspired to get stuff done. And what I mean by inspiration is this isn't coming from a sense of being deprived of something, but it's wanting to give into a certain area. Now, yes, dissatisfaction and deprivation create change because there's enough pain there for you to act on that change. However, that doesn't set you up for the long term in long-term consistent growth, because then you'll start comparing yourself to other people's outcomes, and not even in like a healthy, motivating way. I'm sure that has happened to you before. So what you need to do is focus on doing the actions, again, which results in the outcome you want. And the way to figure out those exact actions is by starting at exactly what you have done to make money, or what you know you need to do to maybe sign another client or get another customer. And then backtrack, what's the exact action that comes before that? How do you actually get that money into your bank account from that customer? And then you say, okay, what do I need to do that action? What do I need to do to do that action? You keep backtracking until there's something that you can do right now. Then after you have that roadmap laid out, it just comes down to execution of that plan so you can get to the point of achievement of your goal. If you want free help designing that plan for you, and you want to develop the ability to actually get the work done that you say you're going to do, then click the first link in the description and join my free community. Then as soon as you join, if you personally message me, I'll get on a one-on-one call with you and make sure your plan is outlined so you can get to where you want to be. Or don't, and be stuck living the average, mediocre life that everyone else lives because they decide to not take action on opportunities that are right in front of them. Honestly, I hate to see when people don't live to their full potential or are not on track to consistently make progress, because it comes down to them not taking action on things which they can easily do and taking advantage of their position. Because everybody has some sort of unique advantage or just something they can do to get towards, move towards the ambitions that they have. The issue is that many people just fail to reach those goals and meet their ambitions because their standard is too low and they expect so much of themselves, but they don't actually put in the work to get that done. If you don't want to be like one of those kind of people, you have to understand that you can only take action on opportunities which you can perceive. Not see or perceive in the sense that you can actually visually see, but it's in the sense of your mind has the awareness of their existence. For example, imagine that there's a door. You go walk over to that door and you want to get to the other side. Then you try to figure out, how do you get to the other side of the door? Well, you start punching it, and then there's a hammer laying there, so you start hitting it with the hammer, and then, then you elbow it, right? And then you kick it or something like that. Well, none of that works because it just stays in place. And then your elbows hurt, and your foot's hurt, and you give up. Well, instead of, you could have just grabbed the door handle, twisted the door handle, and pulled it back. Then walk through. That's the difference between your mind perceiving an opportunity or not. And the other side of the door is meeting your goal or the expectations that you have for yourself. And now I know it's hard to do the work, and really you feel like there's just so much friction between you and doing the work, and there's a lot of resistance right there. But truthfully, this motivating magic that you're looking for is just in the work you're avoiding. So remember, the magic you are looking for is in the work you are avoiding. So what you need to do is just start doing the work that you have been avoiding, so that way you can get closer to where you want to be. Because if you continuously sit here, watch videos like this again and again and again, what happens is there's this sort of buildup of responsibility that you feel. And that responsibility just makes you feel more and more negativity due to you constantly thinking about it. And you constantly just go back to a video or some post or podcast or bad habits that you've done before. Instead, stop looking for that happiness state, stop looking to try to get rich, and stop looking for this magic pill. Because truthfully, there's no substitute for hard work. So you just gotta focus on doing the work and doing those actions so you can get shit.